My routine was predictable. A sequence of mornings with the same ritual. Wake up, brush teeth, shower, dress up, breakfast, and then off to work. Living alone had its perks, or so I thought for the longest time. But like anyone spending too much time solo, loneliness eventually crept in. The notion of having a roommate started to seem appealing. I inquired among coworkers if they knew anyone in need of a roommate, but it was a dead end. Even my limited circle of friends yielded the same response: no. I began feeling it was futile to keep trying. It seemed like nobody was seeking a roommate. I gave up hope for about 2 weeks. Days remained monotonous, lonesome, and unchanging. Then it struck me: Facebook. I wondered if there might be a local group where people were seeking roommates. Thankfully, there was. It surprised me that it took this long for me to consider using social media. I guess I was never a fan. I posted in the group stating, looking for a roommate in the local area, and included specific details about the kind of person I hoped to live with. To my surprise, I received replies. After checking their profiles, none seemed like the right fit. I tried not to be disheartened, taking a break and giving it more time. The next morning, I was eager to see if there were more replies to my post. Logging in, I found 2 more messages. One read, "My buddy Brian might be interested," followed by a link to his profile. I decided to take a look. Scanning through his profile, Brian appeared like an average, easygoing guy, clean and not seemingly bothersome. I sensed we'd get along, offering me someone to chat with and hang out when I wasn't working. While I had a good rapport with my co-workers, they weren't exactly the kind I wanted to spend leisure time with after work. I messaged Brian as his friend suggested, mentioning the roomy search post I made. About an hour later, Brian replied, expressing interest. He shared that his previous roommate had left abruptly, leaving him with mounting bills and a tough financial situation. We sorted things out, and before long, Brian moved in with me. Everything seemed fine. We clicked, and it was smooth sailing. One morning, as I checked my phone before heading to work, I noticed 3 missed texts. One from my mom, a standard goodnight message, another from a friend asking how I'd been. The last text, from an unknown number, changed everything. It was a single picture of a blindfolded man lying in bed, creepy and unsettling to say the least. I asked, "Who is this?" No reply came. I dismissed it, chalking it up to someone playing a sick joke, especially considering the unfamiliar area code. From then on, every morning became a waking nightmare. I'd wake up to more disturbing pictures of a blindfolded man. Different poses, but the same eerie vibe. I tried calling and texting the number countless times, never getting a response. After enduring this for about 2 weeks, I received a similar text from a different number. My roommate, Brian, had left for work earlier than usual. Alone in the house, I dialed the new number, and my heart sank when I heard a phone ringing in the kitchen. Brian had forgotten one of his phones. It dawned on me then, that man in the photos was me. The whole place felt eerie and silent as I tried to wrap my head around what had happened. Each small noise made me jump, feeling like someone unseen was there, lurking in the shadows. It was hard to believe that someone I thought of as a friend had twisted my safe space into something so frightening. Those pictures of me, in my own home, felt like a violation. They weren't just pictures. They were like someone had invaded my privacy, leaving a dark mark on the walls. When Brian tried to explain, his words felt hollow. They didn't make it better. They just made it scarier. I told him to leave and never come back. But even after he left, the feeling of being watched lingered, like something was hiding in the corners. I changed the locks and got rid of anything that reminded me of him, but it didn't erase the fear he'd left behind. My home, once a place of comfort, now felt tainted. I promised myself I'd do everything to make sure no one could ever use my trust against me like that again.